Welcome to episode 3 of Prominent Pets, the podcast where we help people learn about all of the different household animals known as pets. In this episode, we will discuss snakes and bearded dragons. So, again, welcome to Prominent Pets, the podcast where we discuss and inform you of recent developments in the wild world of pet ownership. We are your hosts, Alex Olson
and Allison Strauss. As always, the show will be divided up into 3 parts. Part 1 will provide history, Part 2 adoption tips, and Part 3 will tell you some interesting stories.
So, let's get started. There are almost 3,000 different species of snakes in the world, with approximately 10 of them recommended to be kept as pets. Some of these include pythons, boas, garter snakes, and corn snakes. Although corn snakes are the most common, with the ball python coming in close second. Corn snakes are a great beginner snake because they don't require much attention. Also, corn snakes tend to be very friendly and outgoing, compared to other species that have a hard time warming up to humans.
Corn snakes originate from North America and come in many different colors, which attracts many enthusiasts. They prey by constriction, meaning they suffocate their food before consuming it, usually small mammals. They only live to be about 8 years old in the wild, but can live to be around 30 when kept as a pet. Adult corn snakes can grow to be anywhere from 2 feet to 6 feet long, but can still curl up small enough to fit into their owner's hand.
And now, for some history on bearded dragons. The bearded dragon can be found naturally in the desert of southern Australia. They will establish habitats both in the sand or up in tree branches or stumps. It wasn't until the early 90s that they started appearing as pets in the United States, but have grown to be extremely popular since then.
Just like corn snakes, they can be found in a variety of different colors. This color can also slightly change to regulate their inner body temperature. When threatened, bearded dragons will puff out their bodies and throat to appear bigger. The maximum size of an adult is about 2 feet long. Feeding includes vegetables and small insects like crickets or earthworms. Also similar to corn snakes, they are very easy to take care of and will actually wave at their owners or other reptiles, which is their way of telling you they are non-threatening. Although sometimes sexually mature males will fight each other, they are generally very friendly to both humans and other lizards.
Okay, so now that we've established some background on these pets, let's discuss adoption methods. Similar to our last episode regarding hamsters and rabbits, both snakes and bearded dragons are mostly found in pet stores. Snakes are extremely common, with bearded dragons quickly growing in popularity. Craigslist is a hotspot for both of these animals as well, as using the search feature will almost always give you results.
Both animals require certain equipment before adopting, most importantly, a tank. Experts recommend either a 25-gallon or 50-gallon tank per pet, depending on the size of the animal. Food is quite particular for both as well, so you'll want to make sure you have food on hand when adopting. A snake should be fed 1 small animal per month, and bearded dragons love vegetables and insects. Avoid feeding your dragon insects you catch yourself, however, as potential pesticides can hurt your animal. Both should have objects in their tanks as well, such as wood or rocks, as well as a good hiding spot for when they are feeling antisocial.
Breeders can also be found for both, as breeding is extremely easy for both of these animals. It usually just consists of changing the tank temperature for a few months, to which biology will take over and naturally tell them what to do. For such aesthetic animals such as these, breeders exist to provide a wide variety of size and color to potential owners.
And that will do it for adoption tips. We'll be right back with part 3 of our show after a quick word from our sponsor, TC3.io.
Are you interested in producing music? You might be excited to hear that NWTC will now be offering a music production certificate. The 12-credit certificate offers lessons in everything from the basics of digital audio to programming and sampling your very own music. Learn how to truly produce your own tunes within your own home studio and still be on par with the professionalism and sound quality of major recording studios. If you are looking to sell your own music, this may be the perfect program for you. For more information, stop in at NWTC Student Services.
Welcome back to Prominent Pets. So, we've gone over some background and adoption tips surrounding snakes and bearded dragons. Now let's begin part 3, success stories.
The first story is regarding a man named Stephen Brimlow, who lives in Australia with his pet python, Dora. Video of him swimming in the ocean with his snake while drinking a beer went viral, so a news team tracked him down for an interview.
Upon questioning the man, they discovered that he simply really loves his snake. She's never bitten me. She's the love of my life. I feed her a dead rat once a week and she's happy with that. I bought her after my bike was stolen to kill the pain and have a good time together.
The person who filmed the video stated, "I was flat out impressed. We thought we were rock and roll, spending the day on the beach, but this guy was drinking a beer, swimming with his pet python out in public. My father and I have loved snakes all our lives, but have never thought to do anything like that. Wow, that is something else. It's heartwarming to know animals can make some people so happy."
Here is a story we found on beardeddragon.org regarding Stink, a 7-month-old bearded dragon. The owner writes, "When Stink first came to us from Craigslist at 7 months old, he was small and thin enough to be tucked into a sandwich-sized Tupperware. He had been living off a diet of 1 small hornworm a day in a tank full of dirty sand. His previous owners hadn't been handling him, but when I took him out of the Tupperware, he was still so incredibly calm and sweet. He is now 1 year, 3 months old, and is a whopping 21.5 inches long. Since adopting him, we have moved him into a larger tank with reptile carpet and began feeding him very nutritional foods. Wow, now I want one of my own. How neat."
Well, folks, that will do it for episode 3 of Prominent Pets, the podcast where we help people learn about all of the different household animals known as pets. Remember to subscribe to our podcast to ensure you stay current with our new episodes. Check back next week for episode 4, Unorthodox Pets. We'll be discussing animals that aren't normally considered pets, but some people like to bend the rules. Thanks for listening and have a great day.